Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 15 of the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK. Sorry for starting late. We've had some technical issues ourselves, so hopefully the stream is working well. Well, hopefully it's working a fucking damn sight better than it did last week, because last week was an absolute clusterfuck. Anyway, joining me tonight, we have I'm a Ghostbuster Ash, who is currently a hamburger.
Hello everyone. I am a talking hamburger. Yes.
We have Callie from RobotRepublic.
Hello, thank you for having me on.
And we also have a secret special guest. We have Darren back from Draconius. Is it Draconius 76?
Yeah, Draconius 67.
He's back again this week because last week's stream was such a shit show. We thought, you know what, we'll get him on again so we can have a proper show. So here we are. How are you guys? How's your week been?
I've been right.
Awesome.
Busy and stressful, but good.
I've had one of those weeks. I've had loads of paperwork to start at my local hospital. Shitloads of fucking paperwork.
It wouldn't be fun if it was easy.
Oh no, tell me about it.
What are you, Ash? What have you been up to?
It's been a meaty week, I tell you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a long one, especially over the weekend, but hey, we're here, we're good to go. So
before we get started, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that came and hung out with us at the weekend. It was a 4-hour stream and a 3-hour stream for the Indie Live Expo, which Ash ran all weekend. So he's coming off a double shift of
9 hours worth.
Yeah, we also streamed that. It didn't half go on, didn't it? Like, we just had to call it and go, yep, well, that's enough. We've seen enough indie games for now.
I had to turn the audio down. I couldn't deal with it. It was like just coming at me so fast.
Muted.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, big thanks to Thimba. Masuko came and hung out with us. Muppet showed up for some, didn't he? Ginna was there.
Yeah,
he was there. Yeah, it was a good show. You can catch those live expo days on the channel, so go and give them a watch if you haven't seen them already. So what have you guys been playing this week? Ash, you go first.
I can't remember, to be fair. I can't remember at all. What have I been playing? Evil Dead, a lot of Evil Dead. Come back to me. I'm going to have to remember. I'm not prepared at all. I have no idea what I've been playing.
You've been playing with your hamburger too much.
That's it, yeah. I've been playing with this
bit of meat.
last half an hour.
Callie, what have you been playing, mate?
Well, I've not been able to touch my Xbox too much, unfortunately. I've been forced to play Pokemon against my will for this Pokemon tournament thing we're running. I'm not a fan. Like, I'm a fan of the anime and such, but the game itself is boring. It's just the gaming. I'm getting into it, sort of, I guess. But yeah, so I've been playing Sword and Shield, or Shield in particular, and then just I think I was playing some horror games for content purposes, but nothing worth really talking about.
Fair dues. I'll tell you what, I used to love Pokemon back in the day, back when it was red, blue, and yellow.
Well, this is the thing. I know the things from red, blue, and yellow because I played like yellow, but now they've added like fairy type and all these other types. And I have no clue what I'm doing anymore.
It all went to shit after the first 150.
Yeah, 152. You got to include Mewtwo in that.
I never got it, so I don't.
Fair enough.
Darren, what have you been playing this week, mate?
I've been going through the Resident Evil games. I tried Resident Evil 4. I thought, no, fuck these tank controls. No more for me. And I'm doing Resident Evil 5. But I did start on Alan Wake Remastered today. And I've got further than what I did on the 360. So I'm quite happy with that. It's a good game. I've enjoyed it so far.
Fair dues.
Can you not like tank controls? They're the best.
Oh, man.
Resident Evil isn't Resident Evil without tank controls. And Resident Evil 4 isn't really a Resident Evil game. They stopped at 3 and Code Veronica. After then, it got more action-based.
Oh, I tried Veronica. After 5 minutes, that was it. I nearly threw my Xbox controller. It was horrible.
It's a rubbish start, Veronica, but when it gets into it and you get into the story, it's so cheesy. And the guy with like the golden like Uzi pistols, oh, it's amazing. It's so bad, but it's so good at the same time. Yeah.
Fair dues. Ash, do you want to go back to what you were playing this week, or do you still not remember?
No, I've had a quick look at I haven't really played much since last week when we were talking. Mainly the Evil Dead. I've played a lot of that. I've been playing a bit of that Hot Wheels Unleashed. I just bought the DLC expansions for it because my son has been pestering to play the Batman one, so I picked that up. And then they've just announced there's a Looney Tunes one coming soon, so I'm going to be picking that up at some point. So they're the two main ones. And I've been playing a bit of indie. But over the weekend, like I say, I was doing the show for the most of Saturday and most of Sunday. So all I did on Saturday and Sunday was quickly get my daily achievos to keep my streak going. And other than that, bar like Tourist Bus Simulator and a few little indie games, I haven't played much, unfortunately, which is sad.
Fair play to you, man. I mean, I had the streams loaded over the weekend watching them. My God, like I couldn't do it. I couldn't listen to it. It was just absolutely overloading me with the fact that you sat there for like what 8-9 hours, just relentlessly streaming.
Yeah, it was 3 hours 50 the first day, 4.5 hours the second day. I think I did. I enjoyed it. Like I say, it got a bit slow on the second day. I was wearing out fast, but I'm looking forward to doing more showcases. Though it were a good laugh.
The highlight of the entire expo for me was Lloyd Gayweather versus Panny Macchiao.
Panny Macchiao versus Lloyd Gayweather Jr. in the worst boxing game I've ever seen in my life. It's like a boxer's tail or something like that. Oh my God.
It is
the biggest pile of trash. They couldn't even get it to work for like 5-10 minutes on the stream, and then they did. Yeah. Oh, it was great. There were some really fun bits. And then there was that hand simulator where they were trying to milk that cow and
do the good looked like a horse cock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch this. I think I missed out on some of the good bits.
Oh, yeah.
I think
it was day one, about 2 and a bit hours in. It just went. It went crazy. It was just
really
madness.
Weird.
Yeah, but day two was a lot slower than day one. I felt there was a lot. Yeah. Apart from the music guests were really, really good. But
there was some good games shown off. Catazins really stood out for me. I like the look of that. There's a couple of farming games that I really like the look of.
You can't park for shit or something like that, but that's not the word, but it was something similar to.
Yeah.
My number one highlight game that came out from that is Palworld, the Pokemon ripoff, but with guns and just
slavery.
You can set a load of EVs to slave make guns for you. This is I'm really appealed by it. It does feel like a kind of edgelord Pokemon, but I'm all for it. So yeah, I'm very hyped for that thing. If it ever gets released, I have a feeling they'll get sued before Nintendo before that happens. But
it's out in early access, I believe. I
added it to my wish list. I didn't.
Maybe it's not out yet. Then I'm sure I'd seen it was on early.
Is it a copycat of Pokemon? Then I haven't seen them.
A lot of the actual monsters in it look almost exactly like Pokemon, like just slightly changed.
I can see Nintendo clamping on that.
Yeah, you can ride on the back of a like Buzz, whatever it's called, Electrobuzz, but like the Electrobuzz also has a minigun, and you have like a M16. It's just madness looking, and I can't wait.
Good to see Turkey Ash has now turned up. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Gobble gobble.
That me.
So what have I been playing? I played some Evil Dead with Ash, which you can catch on the stream on the YouTube channel. What else have I played? Oh, last night I played some Hipster Cafe. Oh my God, it's brilliant. You get to run your own cafe and make food for hipsters.
Extreme. I was watching that for the first hour and a bit.
I'll tell you what, it was so fun. It's just such a fun little game because it is so simple, but it's just really addictive. I love those kind of games where you have to build your own,
What's that on Xbox or?
No, it's on Steam. The guys over at Useless Slug. Is that correct? No, Useful Slug.
Yeah, no, Useful Slug, not Useless Slug.
They hooked us up with a code, and my God, I had such a good time playing it. So check that game out. Check those guys out. They're very cool. And what else have I been playing this week? Jurassic World Evolution. Started playing the first one of that. That's really good fun. I'm in my city building mode at the moment. I'll probably come out of it again this week, but I'm enjoying like building stuff, which is really cool. So I might go back and do a Minecraft stream at some point. Got a new game today that I need to do a stream for, which I can't remember the name of already, which is fun.
Oh, it was called Festival Simulator or something.
Festival Simulator. So expect that to come to the channel soon. I'm loving all these little indie game streams. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. And that pretty much covers everything I've been playing. So before we get started, let's give a shout out to everybody in chat. We've got Stubbs Game in here. We've got Darren. Well, Darren's in the fucking podcast. That doesn't really count. Muppets here. Thimber's here. Masuko's here. Always great to see you guys. You're always here supporting us. You are awesome people. So thanks for that. Should we get into topics?
If we must.
Yes.
So the biggest news out of today is Modern Warfare 2 is finally getting a release date. It's coming out on October 28th of this year. What's your guys' opinion on Modern Warfare 2? I'll tell you what, I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Well, Oh, you go first.
No, you
I was
shoot.
gonna say, like,
Whoever goes.
I had a no real experience with Call of Duty beyond kind of attempting some multiplayer when I was younger and just getting one shot across the map. So I never went to it. I just always assumed it was this game that comes out every year with a co-op and the story mode's just tacked onto the side. But someone enlightened me that the actual story on some of those older Call of Duties is really good and follows on through multiple games. So yeah, no, it's something cool. I'm waiting for them all to be the EA Activision to go through. Not EA Activision, the Activision Blizzard's purchase to go through, so I can run my way through all those FPSs on Game Pass. So I guess do we know if this is is it likely to drop in Game Pass? I doubt the deal's going to be done by then.
A lot of people think it's not going to, but I honestly think Xbox is going to come out and say it's coming to Game Pass. I reckon that's why they were dropping hints that the Activision acquisition's going quite well, going quite fast. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they come out and say that it's coming to Game Pass. I think
it's also to a degree they're just giving themselves money, even if they bought bought the rights to it go on Game Pass. They're going to get that cash back when the deal gets through.
And people saying that that PlayStation had the marketing. Well, the marketing deals from years back, so it may not stop it coming on to Game Pass. You can still market it, and
they've got the marketing rights till 2024, I do believe. That's what the rumor is.
Didn't Sony just do it, or PlayStation just do like a private? I don't know if it's verified, but I saw it all over the internet. They did like an investors presentation, and they talked about all of their marketing deals, and they didn't mention Call of Duty. And it wasn't on like the screen in the background.
Could be to do with the deal going through at the moment, so they can't really say too much because it's still in sort of like paperwork stage, isn't it? So they can't say too much about it. I wouldn't have thought.
I honestly think it'll be the saving grace this Christmas. That and Motorsport, I reckon we'll see those two games. I think it's a weird one. I don't think people will realise just how significant this Activision deal is until we start getting Call of Duty dropping Game Pass day one every year. I think people will go, oh shit.
What are you on about? We're waiting for Skylanders dropping Game Pass day one every year. That's all we want.
I mean, at the moment they drop a Xbox exclusive Crash Bandicoot. That's going to be a historic moment of strangeness.
See, Stubbs Gaming just said in chat they still have the marketing deal for PlayStation for Call of Duty. So it must be about 2024.
Marketing doesn't stop it coming to Game Pass, though.
No, it doesn't. I can't see why it would. I mean, they got the marketing deal, but that literally just means they can promote it more, doesn't it? It doesn't actually mean that they can't bring it to
quite funny.
It wouldn't surprise me if it dropped on release. Do you know, like those last minute drops where they just go, "Oh, it's out today." Surprise.
If it ever goes, I mean, I don't think it's going to go exclusive ever, really.
It will never go exclusive.
Imagine if it did, and PlayStation still had the marketing rights, and they have to just, sit on that.
It will never go exclusive, but it would be nice to have Call of Duty back home on the Xbox. Because
rumours were part of the deal was that's why the FTC was a bit funny about the deal because they know how much money Call of Duty makes on the PlayStation. And they're basically saying, look, the deal can go... Rumours are the deal can still go through if it stays on PlayStation as well. So I think, Microsoft will get a cut of the deal anyway on through the PlayStation thing, but I don't think they'll ever be exclusive. Not ever.
Oh, it never got...
Why would you want to give up on that money?
I don't want Activision games to go exclusive. They don't need to go exclusive. Activision makes multi-plat, so why would you want them to go exclusive? Bethesda, I understand, because games like Fallout and Skyrim, they're single-player experiences, but why would you want to restrict...
I mean, I do genuinely want it for Crash Bandicoot, but only for the memes. Other than that, I don't have
Spyro. Imagine if Spyro and Crash went exclusive to Xbox.
I think those ones could be exclusive. Those short ones, but bigger ones, I don't think will be.
I feel like the Leave COD multi-platform, it makes more sense. But even then, just having it day one in Game Pass is a massive win.
I never really buy Call of Duties because I only want it for single-player campaigns. I did pick up one of them, Black Ops 2 or something, or Black Ops, and even though that game is so old, it was still costing me
I love the Rolling Stones music in that classic music in that one.
I don't really like Treyarch Call of Duties. I like Black Ops, I like Black Ops 2, but since then it's all gone to shit for me. I like the Infinity Ward ones.
World at War is one of the best Call of Duties ever made.
I like
the World at War one. I'll remember that one.
I really liked the last Modern Warfare. I thought that was solid. I had a lot of time playing that on multiplayer, which I just don't do generally anymore. I don't bother with Call of Duty because it has become very much an esport, and fuck me, man, it's so fast paced that I just can't keep up with it these days. Like, Call of Duty is the one game that highlights just how old I'm getting and how shit my reactions are. So I try to avoid it. But I actually really enjoyed the last Modern Warfare, so I'm excited to go back to that. The
last one I played was with Captain Price. I think he was in this Russian base or something. He had to go down underground. That was the last one I played.
That was Call of Duty 2. No.
Oh, was it? Oh, right.
That might have been Call of Duty 1. That might Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the first one, the very first Modern Warfare.
That's the last one I played.
Yeah, that was a solid game. But yeah, I'm excited for it. And but apparently, just a bit of news I was reading today, the original actor who voiced Ghost in the first game, he's coming back to reprise his role in this one. Because as we all know, well, at least I know, the last guy who played Ghost in the last Modern Warfare, the most recent one, he was abusive to women online, and so he got fired. So fuck you, dickhead. And now we've got the old Ghost back. So that's great news.
Wasn't he the bloke from EastEnders, Fairbrass?
Oh fuck, I can't remember.
Is that the one?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. But the something Leach, is it Jeff Leach? He was the guy who voiced Ghost in the 2019 remake. But yeah, he got fired after being abusive to women online. So not sad to see him go. So that pretty much wraps up Call of Duty news. What else do we have to talk about? EA is looking for a potential buyout. Go.
I'll just run through some quick figures quickly. The EA market cap is 37 billion. Right, Sony's worth 114 billion, 2 trillion Microsoft, 430 billion Tencent, 9 billion is Embracer, so you can count them out the deal straight away. Take-Two is worth 13 billion, that's the one that you can count out straight away. 1.3 trillion is Apple, or basically 3 trillion basically, I think. 54 billion is Nintendo. I don't think they'd be interested in EA, possibly sports-wise. 1 trillion is Amazon. That's another dark horse. Amazon and Apple, I reckon. And 1.4 trillion is Google. But I would say between Apple and Tencent, personally, could be the ones to buy out EA. But the problem is, the deal with EA, what I was led to believe, well, on my show Sunday, so I can't remember if it was Titan or Wise Old Gamer, said apparently the Andrew House, is it in charge of running EA? He's got to stay as part of the deal. Whoever buys EA, he has got to stay. He's there. He's not moving.
Oh, God.
However they get bought, he goes with the deal and everything stays with him and everyone else. So
it's a tricky one with the EA, I think, because they've just lost the rights to FIFA, and I think that was one of their strongest cards that they could play.
Yeah, I was going to say they're worth so much, but it's mostly on those repeating games they do every year, and without the FIFA rights, I still can't imagine it going to
It's only the name FIFA, they still make football.
Honestly, I cannot see Google interfering, not after what's happened with Stadia. I think they burnt their fingers a little bit, going too hard on this console thing they tried to do.
I think I can't see it going to Xbox, not whilst the Xbox, not whilst the
definitely
acquisitions go.
I don't really want it as well. I quite like the idea of Xbox picking up some smaller studios, but in the sense of fairness, I think with the big ass purchase they've just done and having Bethesda, I don't want to see the thing become too stacked against any one company. It's nice having both of them out, doing really well.
It's crazy where the whole industry is moving. Like, everybody seems to be striving for this financial security of an acquisition.
Personally, I'd like to see Apple buy it because we need a little bit of competition for Sony and Microsoft. We need an extra bit of competition. Nintendo's all right. Nintendo's got their fans, but come on, if Apple decided to join in, oh my God,
Apple wouldn't though. Apple would literally buy their way through and absolutely play like dicks. It would be horrible. Literally, you moan about multi-platforms. Apple would lock EA down, so everything they made would be exclusive to Apple. That's the problem.
I don't want to see Apple anywhere near the gaming space.
Because rumours are they were working on a console about a year or two ago, weren't they? Apple, they were trying to get it out, but I don't know what happened to that rumour
about that.
There is. Oh, right.
Yeah. That's what I say. It is a potential that they might be up for buying something big like that. And I don't like. I know there's no real reason to say there shouldn't be another console because essentially there's three, right? There's Switch, there's Xbox, there's PlayStation, and that's quite a nice happy amount. You can own all of those without, too much stress, and just having a fourth console with exclusives locked to it just seems like a pain in the ass. I hope whoever buys EA, if it say be Amazon, they just keep it as like a publisher.
Oh
they're
yeah,
more
of course they've got
interested in money
Luna,
than-
haven't they?
Is that that's a hardware as well, right? Or
No, it's streaming. It's going to be a streaming stick, and it's an online.
I'm fine with that. Like,
streaming platform.
especially if they do it as a publisher, so you can still buy it on your PlayStation and your Xbox, that'd be great. Like, make your money.
Yeah, I think
get
Beats by
FIFA.
Dre is actually. No, it's like Stubbs is asking the question: are Apple exclusive to Beats by Dre? I think they are, aren't they? Apple bought them out, didn't
I
they?
think Apple owns Beats by Dre, yeah.
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 I think so. I might be wrong. I know it's for
No,
a
that's
lot
right.
of money. Shit, I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh, yeah.
EA.
EA merger.
Yeah, I don't want them to go to Tencent because I don't like Tencent.
I don't mind if they go to Amazon as much as I kind of don't love the mega corporation future we're walking into. I mean, it's happening anyway. So, like, I don't think Amazon will be too bad. And, they might even throw a Game Pass equivalent into my Prime subscription. So,
I just find it really crazy, like where the industry is going, because you've got Ubisoft looking to be, bought up, EA looking to be bought up. I mean, you've got these big fucking heavy hitting publishers that are just looking now. They're like actively looking to be bought up by, these big companies.
I think some of the reason why like Microsoft are buying such a expensive, product or whatever is because I think there's going to be like their financial stuff, and I'm not an expert on anything here, but it's looking like stuff's going to crash in the next year or so. So you're trying to buy assets that you can hold on to whilst money itself becomes less valuable.
Yeah.
So,
I did read.
I
did read the Guillemot family is trying to buy back Ubisoft, aren't they? So they can stay sort of independent, not get bought out.
They're looking to be bought into a partnership because they don't want to throw up the white flag and be hostile taken over. Because I think there's something fishy going on there, isn't there? Like there's people that are buying up shares. They're literally trying to hostile take over Ubisoft, and that's been going on for a while. I think they're trying to avoid that.
See, that's another one. That's another one that could be bought by one of the big boys.
See,
out of the blue.
Everybody knows my thoughts on Ubisoft, but I honestly believe that I think the best thing to happen to Ubisoft is to get rid of the Guillemot bunch, because I think they are the reason why Ubisoft has gone downhill so drastically. I mean, not just like the way their games are going live service, but when you consider all the sexual abuse and sexual harassment allegations that came out of Ubisoft, how Yves Guillemot can sit there and say he had no idea what the fuck was going on when it's his company. He should have known something, and this shit went on for a long time. So I think
it's the same thing they said about Bobby as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'd happily see them leave and have Ubisoft get new management, just steer it in the right direction. That's kind of I know it's not going to happen, but I really wish Microsoft would buy up Ubisoft, because I want Microsoft. I kind of like this whole we're going to come in, clear out all the mess, correct the shit.
They do sound like a good. I have faith, and I like to think of Microsoft as the good guys. But I am basing it on propaganda I read from Lem. So fingers crossed they are going to do that with EA.
Problem is though, if Microsoft buy Ubisoft, so that's extra studios with their IPs, etc. Because you got Ubisoft Canada, Montreal, and all the USA and all that lot in there. So that's more pressure on Matt Booty. So Matt Booty can't keep his hands on the studios they've got at the moment. They got to get someone in to help him because they're struggling.
I don't think it's Matt Booty though. That's just it. A lot of people want to blame Matt Booty. I don't think it's his fault at all. I think the way Microsoft has set these studios up is that they do have creative freedom, and I think you got to bear in mind, the Bethesda acquisition was massive. I mean, it was like one of the biggest acquisitions in gaming history. They've been brought into a whole new company. Like I said in last week's episode, there's going to be teething problems. There's going to be issues. People are going to be readjusting to like how it now works. I mean, I think it's foolhardy to think that you can buy up a massive publisher and not expect there to be teething issues. I think that's going to happen with Activision as well. I think there's going to be a period of time where shit hits the fan and deadlines aren't going to get met. I just think that's the way it's going to be. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think give it 2 or 3 years down the line when people have had a chance to settle in, and I think it'll
I
be
think
a lot
Microsoft
smoother.
could have done with making these purchases before the Series X releasing, really, just to get things running ahead of time. But
Yeah. But yeah,
But I definitely think they need someone to come in and work alongside Matt.
yeah, maybe they could
To
have
give him
like
an
I think they
extra
do though.
pair
Like,
of
I mean,
hands.
that's like obviously like a focal point. He's the top of the thing, but it's not like he's going to be manually going through spreadsheets himself, sorting things out with each of the things. He's going to have delegated that to whoever in middle management. So
absolutely.
Yeah, he'll literally he'll just say yes. Like they'll show him like the briefest of presentations. Do you know what I mean? So
he'll turn around, open the vault, look in, and see how far the gold coins have gone down, and go, "Yeah, no, you good. Just crack on. It's fine."
I wouldn't dive in that, lads. I'll let it up a bit more.
But yeah, I've just put a code in chat about 5 minutes ago for a copy of 2 Synchro Hedgehogs on Windows
Whee!
10. Enjoy it.
First come, first serve.
I've got a couple of others I might throw out during the show. So if you see Santa, keep your eyes peeled. He's bringing
Muppet
presents.
turned around and said, "How am I supposed to copy that code, Ash? I had a pub lunch, so I'm very tired."
You have to do your best, mate.
So is that what we're doing?
But if you
now?
do
Is
get
it
the code,
whenever
if you do
Santa
get a
comes on
code,
screen-
leave a
screen.
comment and say you've redeemed it, so we know it's gone.
So just to warn people, when Santa comes on screen, there will be a code in the chat.
There'll be a code dropping. I've got an Xbox code coming later, so keep your eyes peeled.
Got 11 people watching. If you are enjoying the stream, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out with the algorithm, and we appreciate all the support we get. But yeah, that pretty much sums up EA getting bought out, doesn't it?
Just give you my thumbs up quickly.
But it's a bit much, though, isn't it? I mean, if the company gets taken over, the manager of the company's got to stay with the buyer. Well, I'm sorry. I said this on my show on Sunday. I'm sorry, but if any business runs like that and they get bought out, usually top man goes, say, "Sorry, you're out the door. There's a payout."
Bobby
But
Kotick needs to go.
No, yeah, that's understandable. But what I'm saying is, when businesses get bought out, usually the man of the business that got bought out gets replaced. So why is he any
Kotick's out
different?
the door.
Why is he so different not to be replaced?
Yeah.
So I
Kotick will
don't
be
know
gone.
anything about business, so it's not like I can really talk about this. But like, surely when you've bought a company and you own it, even they can't. There's like a limit of what they can surely sign as a. You
They're
must
not
keep
allowed
this
to
member of staff
talk
on.
about it.
It's your company. Do we want after that, right?
Yeah,
not-
they can't talk about it anyway till afterwards.
Yeah,
But
they're not allowed to
there's
talk about Bobby until he's
100%. I have
done.
no doubt that they've agreed that Bobby Kotick's going to get a nice big payday and he's going to ride off into the
100%.
sunset. He's not staying, but they can't say they're going to get rid of him until things change. Basically,
Yeah.
I see people in the chat asking about like Thimba put buying Ubisoft might be different because they're French,
Maybe.
but they're French, so they'll just raise the white flags. There'll be a cheap. they'll sell in like 5 minutes. French people give up in
You were
like 2
sitting on that
minutes.
for ages, weren't you? I could
Oh,
tell.
dear.
Well, Stubbs put that it's EU is the hardest body to get approved, but no, the French, mate. French give up.
I think
sale.
it's Ubisoft Montreal, but is the main Ubisoft office in France itself?
Quebec, innit?
Quebec.
Yeah, it's Quebec, isn't it, that one?
That's
Right.
Canada anyway, though. So
Yeah. So it's Montreal.
it's like the worst. That's French and near
Canadian.
America. Yeah.
Right, let's
no,
not-
Canadians
let's
are
stop
better than
bashing the
Americans,
French.
but it's too close.
To
Stubbs,
all our
mate,
French viewers, we
mate,
apologise.
you need to go back to school, Stubbs, because the French do give up. Like they just bend over and wave the right white flags. We all know how history
Staying away
was.
from this one.
And on other news, fucking Christ. Right, this is one that's been like taking Twitter by storm quite a lot this week. Are people really cancelling their Game Pass subscriptions due to Starfield and Redfall? getting delayed?
Gene Park, right?
There's
that
been
the guy?
quite a few in there. There's been quite a few.
Well, I think I think I remember seeing his post of sort of starting this. Like, I'm sure they are. Like, I don't see a really problem with cancelling a service to then come back to it later. It's like Netflix. I've cancelled that. If they put something good on it I want to watch, I will resub for a month or so. But I think it's just the public need to tell everyone you're cancelling something is a bit strange.
I think it's bullshit, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it because that's not what I do. But I think
Is anyone
people,
struggling for games to play on Game Pass?
No,
here?
my fuck, I've got so many games. To
I've
play on
got
Game
such a
Pass.
fucking backlog. Like, I actually don't mind a breather. Like, this month has got games that I would be willing to play, but they're not on my priority. That's all I can really say about it. There's still ones that I would like to play, but yeah, I guess there's nothing that's like made me turn away from playing Trek to Yumi so far, or like whatever else. I'm
And,
currently
The only
on.
people complaining are the people that either aren't subscribed, are highly biased, or they only play AAA games.
Yeah.
But that's like, to be fair, you could say the same about Netflix, right? They put like a couple of really big films on a year. They don't really get a lot of like major content. If you look at what Netflix pumps out every month, there's a good load of tripe on there. There's lots of like, especially
That
like
really
there's.
enjoyable as well, and that's
So, yeah, I'm not saying it's
fine.
bad, but it's not
Yeah.
like top tier. Like you wouldn't. It's not like I'd watch it if it was on, but I wouldn't subscribe for it. It's not like Disney Plus. Like this month coming, they've got Obi-Wan, which is amazing, but the rest of the month is pretty lax. It's not about having the big content. It's about having content to enjoy, and everyone likes something different. Like there's a lot of people that like the foreign films on Netflix. There's a lot of people that like the anime on Netflix. There's a lot of people that like the documentaries, but there's a bit for everyone. You can't just go, oh, one big AAA game. Do you know what I mean? So
this is the kind of shit that I can't, like, fucking pisses me off about Twitter, because it wasn't like last month everybody's praising Game Pass about how it's great value, and we get Starfield and Redfield like, oh fuck it, I'm cancelling my subscription. No, you're not. You either fucking aren't going to cancel your subscription, or you never had a subscription to begin with. That's how I look at it. I think.
Also, if you were already subscribed to Game Pass in anticipation of Redfield or Redfall and Starfield, like why were you already subbed? Surely, if they're the only ones you're interested in, you would have subbed when they came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes no sense.
And people saying that, it fucking winds me up. I mean, I put a post up on Twitter today of all the Xbox Game Pass Day 1 releases from January to May in 2022. And the total value of all the games Day 1 that came to Game Pass is $786. People are saying, oh, $120 and we got 2 delays. We got unsub. Fuck off.
you can actually read the Kotaku article though, where they got they got the numbers wrong. They quoted it at like half of what it was, so technically you get twice as much.
You've got to bear in
So
mind.
they couldn't even do this basic math. That's terrible, isn't it?
You've got to bear in mind that Kotaku is also where Jason Schreier came from. So take everything what they fucking say about Xbox as a pinch of salt.
They've always got something against Xbox anyway. Then
They've always been very anti-Xbox. So.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to use them in my marketing campaign of just commenting on their posts saying if you want a decent news site, check out RobotRepublic.com. I like to try and milk things away from the competition where I can.
Yeah.
Especially when Kotaku, fuck those guys.
They've done it for so long. I mean,
yeah.
they've always been anti-Xbox without fail. Anything good happens about Xbox, they literally try and downplay it the best they can. And it's shit. And
that's what I mean. I've
gaming
unsubscribed
journalism.
from Game Pass myself because there's nothing there that I really want to play. So I thought, well, I'll save myself a bit of money for a month or two and then see what goes on from there. It's like Netflix. I've unsubscribed. When something decent comes back on, I'll go back. Same as Game Pass. I'm going to go back.
It's like what Callie says. Like people say, "Oh, I'm going to cancel my Game Pass subscription because Starfield and Redfall aren't coming this year." Well, why the fuck have you got a subscription now if that's what you're anticipating? So either you're talking shit or you've subscribed for a year in anticipation for Starfield and Redfall. Like people are like literally talking shit about whether they're about cancelling their Game Pass subscriptions. I just don't buy into it. I think it's an absolute crock of shit.
I couldn't believe it. A few days ago, I was like, woke up and all of a sudden my phone went ding, 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 ding. I thought, what the fuck is going on? I knew it's Twitter. I thought, oh, I've unsubscribed from going. Oh, right, yeah, okay, that's right. Oh, I've unsubscribed. That's another. I've unsubscribed. What the fuck is going on, please? I couldn't believe it. Every fucking tweet it was, oh, I've unsubscribed. I've unsubscribed.
They're literally doing it for Twitter clout. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's not an airport. You don't have to announce the departure, do you? Fuck off.
You said I can get
I think Luca the Ashton Lucas commented on it. She said something about that. Actually, you don't have to announce yourself.
Luca is fucking great. She's one of the best ones in the community. She's absolutely.
I think she said something. What was it? She said something. Why do you have to announce your departure like a fucking at an airport?
Yeah. She's fantastic. I mean, she will literally call out fucking anyone and everyone that's just talking shit, and she's fantastic. So yeah, definitely check out Ash and Luca. She's brilliant.
But it's like you said though, when things ain't on Netflix, well, nothing for you. Save yourself a bit of money. Come back when there's something decent. Same as Disney Plus. Same as Game Pass. If there's nothing decent, like I've done, there's nothing really decent that grabs my attention at this moment in time. I'll come off of it for a month or two, and then I'll be back on it again.
Yeah, which is a totally fair thing to do. Like, I mean, I'm paying because I did the all access, game thing. So I bought my Xbox on a monthly, with Game Pass kind of included in that. So I'm kind of good for a while. But I mean, just having a look at the games that came out this month. Trek to Yumi, Day 1. NHL, not my thing, but I'm sure that's good for people. Jurassic World Evolutions 2, I'd like to hear what you think about that if you've been playing that.
I've been playing the first one. I didn't want to play the second one before I played the first one, so I've gone back to the first one. But I remember
you think you might lose out on the story, or?
Well, yeah.
It's no story.
I was like, well, I don't want to like sink myself because I like doing games in like sets, so I don't like just to play like the sequel. I want to play the first one before I start the sequel. So I'm a bit like that. Also, I just want to highlight the fact of Muppet having a complete meltdown in the chat. Can you just send me the code, Ash? Because the wife is in the lounge and I can't get near my Xbox. I fucking love Muppet.
Sniper Elite 5 coming out this month, which is quite a big game. Like, yeah, I mean, it's not as big as some of the months have been, but there's plenty there to play. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing Loot River. What else?
Floppy Nights is really good. Is it called Floppy Nights?
Floppy Nights is on there, yeah. So
there's a bunch today.
I think one of the things that, like, over the whole COVID period where things were getting delayed and there wasn't a huge amount of AAA stuff coming out, like myself and I think a lot of people kind of got more of an appreciation for indie games anyway. So, like, they're the ones I typically do look out for more than the AAAs at the moment.
The thing is with Game Pass, like, I mean, I'm quite a gaming snob. I don't like playing anything and everything, as Ash will tell you. But I find with Game Pass, I play shit that I wouldn't necessarily play. It gives me that option to like try games before I buy them. I'll tell you what, man, I've bought quite a lot of games just from playing them on Game Pass first. Whether they've left Game Pass or whether they're just because they're cheap because of Game Pass. I've actually bought more games because I've played them on Game Pass first. So there's always value there for me. Like it's not something that's just because Starfield and Redfall's been delayed. It's not something that I don't really give a shit. Like they'll come to Game Pass as and when they're ready. But I've got tons of shit to play in the meantime, and that's what people seem to get hung up on because of the fact there's not AAAs coming in there all the time. That's what people seem to be getting hung up on. Oh, Santa's here! Santa is here!
Santa's here!
He took his hat off.
He's come here to empty his sack. Look at him.
Oh! He's lost his hat.
Get ready, chat. He's here.
He's licking his lips. He's that excited that much.
He's licking his lips. He's emptying his sack all over your chin. What are you doing? Stop that right now. This is a family show.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Ho ho ho.
One thing I said, like, with like Starfield coming out at the end of this year, that game's going to be like 1 million hours probably of playtime for people.
Yeah,
I can wait a little while. If it's going to end up killing most of my life anyway, I'm pretty happy to get through Christmas and see my family before I descend to the start.
I haven't really been that invested in it, if I'm honest.
No?
I mean, I want to be like, this is the problem. I want to be, but I find with Bethesda games, like especially like Fallout or the Elder Scrolls, they never work on day one. They always take a shitload of patches, at least like previous games have. So I'm not one of those to rush out and play it straight away. I might give it like a good 1 month, 2 month berth when it comes out, just to let them patch that shit. But then again, they always end up Game of the Year contenders. So they're not bad games. They just release a bit broken. But
yeah, I mean, I've never played one on day one, so I can't really say. But honestly, I like Fallout more than I like Elder Scrolls. There's just not enough time.
It's weird, isn't it? Because like
in my life to really put in that dedication for it. So
you find that if you like Fallout, you don't really like Elder Scrolls. But if you like Elder Scrolls, you don't really like Fallout. I always find that when I talk to people about.
I don't mind Elder Scrolls. I loved Oblivion. Because I think
that's one of my favourites. That is.
I got to play that when I was still in college or something, so I had time on my hands to do those. Now I can't really get invested. Like, I've tried multiple times to get into Skyrim, and it's just too unwieldy and big. And I'll probably possibly get the same with Starfield, but then again, it's spaceships, and I'm that kind of nerd.
I love Fallout. Fallout's one of my favourite franchises, and they've just apparently it's a mod for Fallout 4, but they've just done Fallout London. Oh my god, it's easily the best looking Fallout that's ever been done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you played on it yet, or
I
just
haven't
seen the
played it.
trailers?
I've just seen the trailer, and I don't even know if it's an official one. It might just be a fan made, but it looks incredible.
Yeah, but don't they let the fan ones on their games then? Because I know
I think.
was it Rockstar started doing it, didn't they, a few years ago, letting the mods
Yes.
come into the game and getting them to work for the company.
I don't know. I mean, I know Rockstar went to great lengths to shut down people that were making like their own fan-made remakes of San Andreas. They shut that down pretty fucking quick. Yeah, Rockstar don't seem to like people doing that, which is really fucking ironic because there are a lot of people. See, I was watching this. It was San Andreas remade in Unreal 5, and you look at it and you just think it's fucking crazy to me that the fans care more about your game than you do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, those that trilogy remake was an absolute abomination. It was literally just a copy paste for profit.
Before that came out, I was telling everyone, don't buy it, don't buy it. It's going to be a shit show. It's not going to be the proper remasters or remakes, whatever you want. It's not going to happen. And then, but I think it was a bloke that owns Rockstar. He came out a few months ago and said, yeah, I think we slightly fucked up with the trilogy a little bit. I thought, fucked up? Yeah, more than that.
They never should have handed it off to someone else. They should have worked on it hard
Yeah.
in-house.
I think just putting it in the GTA 5, like, rebuilding it in that engine would have been absolutely perfect. I did try San Andreas because it was on Game Pass, but I didn't mind it because I played it when it first came out, and it was good back then, and it felt exactly the same, basically. But with the difference being that we've advanced 10, 15 years since then.
Yeah. Here's the thing: I would go to say that GTA, Vice City 3, and San Andreas probably the most requested trilogy remake ever, and they didn't respect that. They went and just thought, we'll just give them this. They should have worked on it.
To be fair, they have a budget. I mean, can they really afford to be spending money on?
I think Rockstar have an insane budget. Like when you think about Rockstar, like GTA 5 has been milked for the last 9 years. And when that game first came out, it earned $1 billion in profit in its first week.
It still wouldn't, isn't it? Most years, it's like the highest selling game,
and it's still one of the highest selling games this year.
And then don't take into account.
And they're supposed to be working on another Red Dead, didn't they? Apparently.
They're on about remaking the first one.
Yeah.
The first Red Dead.
But again, with Game Pass, though, if you're expecting AAA games constantly, that's not the service for you, is it? Because you're not going to get constant AAA games. But if you're expecting that all the time,
no. Games, though. That's the thing. You get loads.
That's what I mean. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're someone that thinks, no AAA games, F this and F that, it's not the service for you because they will come, but not every time that you expect it to.
It's like we were saying last week. I mean, I know Microsoft said they want to have a new game, a new AAA being launched every quarter. I think they will get to that point. I think when they get Activision in, and when they, micromanage Bethesda a bit better, I think they will get to that point where they've got a new game coming every quarter. I don't see that being...
As long as they remake Soldier of Fortune, I don't mind. I used to love playing
Soldier
of
Fortune. Fucking hell, one of the first games I ever played multiplayer on.
Yeah, I loved it.
What a fucking game. I remember it because you used to be able to blow people's arms and legs off, and that was
That's
one of
right.
the selling points.
Oh, man, awesome.
I used to love Soldier of Fortune.
And the character in that looked like Captain Price, actually, from Modern Warfare.
That was an amazing game.
Seeing people on Twitter quoting that Phil Spencer thing about, our goal is to have like a AAA every quarter or, internal studio thing every quarter. Like, they seem to be missing the whole word goal there.
Yeah.
Like,
our goal is
we're in 2 years going to have this. It's the goal. The goal is still that. It will probably happen, but it's a goal. It's something you're working towards at the moment. They're not ready for that yet.
And we don't know what's going to be announced at the June presser either. I mean, I think you must be pretty naive if you think there's not going to be some surprise drops at the
Motorsport, as you say, is probably
Motorsport's a guarantee.
That seems like a no-brainer. Yeah,
I think a Motorsports beta will be announced. Personally, I've been saying that for the last few weeks.
I think we'll find out more about the EA, not the EA deal, the Activision deal. I think we'll hear about Motorsport, and I honestly think they'll surprise drop a few games as well.
I'm still waiting because there was some pretty strong rumours earlier on, but I've not heard anything for last month or so about the GoldenEye remaster.
It's coming, isn't it? The anniversary's in August or October.
I wouldn't be shocked if they announced that at the
Well, the achievements leaked, didn't they? And they don't put achievements out if there's not a game coming.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it's I think it's like the worst kept secret at this moment in time. It's coming. It's just when.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
but
I think
to be fair though, as much as I want to, how big really is a remake of GoldenEye? It's not going to push the needle a lot. It's a cool little thing, but
I'd
I
say
don't think
maybe we're
it's.
getting a
our
GoldenEye.
age, or
Maybe
maybe
we're
an
get-
assumption of ages here, but
Maybe we're getting a
Sorry,
GoldenEye remade in Unreal 5.
Maybe.
maybe we're getting a GoldenEye remade by the people who did the San Andreas remake.
Yeah.
Same crap.
That'd be
controls.
amazing.
I'll tell you what, man. Like, I can't wait for fucking. I mean, everybody's like choked up on what's coming this year, but when you like Unreal 5 is going to be an absolute fucking game changer. The shit that's already coming out with that engine is incredible.
Well, you shared that Halo thing.
Yeah.
I did check that out. My God, just let that be the engine. Don't worry about their own bespoke one they've made, the Mjolnir engine or whatever they've called it.
It's just, yeah. I mean, just amazing things coming out of Unreal 5 already.
Someone on Twitter shared out. I think it might have been Green Pass Gaming. I'm not too sure. There was like this like train station bits and pieces. I said, "What's
Yeah.
this? The new Last Train to Busan film? What's that mean?" Because the pictures look really effective. It looks
It's
amazing.
like real life. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah, that train from the Japanese train station. See, I was sitting there very skeptical, like this is just someone's recorded a train
Yeah.
station, obviously, and told me. But then it's when the light goes
light
from
goes
being
off.
daytime to nighttime instantly. It's like, oh fuck, this
Yeah.
is a game. Wow.
I don't know if you saw the other one I posted in the Discord, but there's like a concept rendering of the new Max Payne remake made in Unreal 5 as well. It just looks incredible, man. Like
Oh wow!
it's
Is that a
such
real thing or like a fan?
It's not a real
has-
thing. It's a fan made remake concept in Unreal 5. And
I mean, a fan made like mods and remakes and things that are so good. It does make you wonder why these people aren't just
Why are they not
instantly
working
being
for
hired
them?
by the
Yeah. It's mental. I mean, especially like the San Andreas, because like there was San Andreas mods going around long before that remake came out. That just made the remakes look like utter shit. I get why I get why Rockstar started handing out cease and desists, because these fan made ones were like literally ripping the living shit out of the one they had coming. Crazy, absolutely crazy. But I can't wait to see what other games do with Unreal 5, especially like is it Senua Hellblade? The second one for that. That already looks phenomenal.
I'm looking forward to Gears 6 when they
Gears 6,
get
another
on
one.
backs of Gears 5 and Hivebusters.
I think you're going to get the Marcus Phoenix collection announced. I've said that for a few weeks. It's been strong
Maybe.
rumours.
Yeah, I wonder.
That'll be
because-
announced. But then people like the show I did with Colt Eastwood a few weeks ago with Titan and that, he said, no, not another Gears. He said, I'm sick and tired of hearing Gears, Halo, Forza, Gears. He said, I want new IP. Because he's fed up with people keep winding him up about it. I can see his point, yeah, but
yeah, I want
I'll
the
be
new
up.
IP too, but
I'll be doing.
I don't know if we will get a Gears collection.
I'll be up for it. Problem is though, the rumours are that people can fly might be doing it. You know what I mean? No. I'll play Judgment. No. Let the Coalition do it. Please be the Coalition.
I
But
would
It won't
think
be
it-
a coalition.
Coalition
They're
will
just
work on
doing
Gears
Gears
six.
I think it's going to be Gears of War 2, 3, possibly 4.
I-
I don't think they're going to redo Judgment Day.
I don't.
I'd rather they just didn't do a Gears remake and did a Fable one, if anything.
The Master Chief collection didn't really work out too well, did it? It was broken for like a big
worked out
fucking
very
part.
well.
Yeah, but it worked out very well after like a year of patches. It's now an amazing game, like a collection. But
Yeah.
when it launched, it was a buggy, shitty mess. So
I'm like all for them trying to make a bit more money or whatever, but like Gears is already still a very good looking game, very fine to play. I played it last year the whole way through. And yeah, they still look and hold up really well. So there's not really a need for it. I'd rather them use their resources on.
Have you
Sorry,
guys
I
seen
just
already
wanna-
got like
I just
60
wanna-
FPS on it as well.
I just want to say a quick goodbye to Masuko. Cheers for dropping by, dude. We always appreciate you being here.
Yeah, see you next time, bud.
see you
Thank
in
you
the
for
next one.
tuning in.
Have you seen what Stubbsy put in the chat?
Coalition are working on Gears of War 6 and Phoenix Collection. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to.
I don't think it would be coalition. I don't see why you would put your main studio on such a, no offense, a lowly project that is a remaster.
Lowly project.
Yeah, but look what happened when 343 did it. They didn't fucking do a good job.
Who's doing the Last of Us remake on PlayStation right now? Is it the original? Is it still?
Oh,
No,
fuck
is it?
knows.
Fuck.
It's not. Okay.
Probably isn't.
Why are they remaking The Last of Us? It's not
Didn't The Last of
it's
Us
not
get a
even fucking
remake on
10 years
PS4
old.
though as well?
Yeah,
Got a
it's
remaster on the
remake
PS4.
of a remake of a remaster, basically.
It's gonna
Right,
be
okay.
The Last of Us milked more than your mum's tits edition.
I've just bought a PS5 with my daughter, and I'm not buying it. I've got it on PS4. I ain't fucking buying it again. You can shove it up your ass.
I'm still in that position where like I want to get a PS5, but then all the fucking games I would play on it are still PS4 games. But there's nothing. There's nothing out on PS5 that makes me
Speed and
buy a
stuff,
PS5.
though. I mean, like, there's the quality of life improvements. I still think that's a valid thing. Like, I mean, Xbox, most of the stuff's on Xbox One and PC, but the speed of, like, what's it called? Quick
resume.
change. Quick resume. Fuck.
And
just
Call yourself an Xbox player. Ugh.
I know.
I just want to. I just want to play Returnal. That Returnal game looks absolutely awesome. I have been told it's really hard, but it's a beautiful looking game. So
I'm not a
that'd be a
fan
challenge.
of roguelikes. The only roguelike game I was ever able to get into was Hades, and that was because it was fucking beautiful. That game was incredible.
Shameless plug. I played a roguelike called Roguebook that just came out like this last month, and it's like a deck building roguelike game, and it's developed by the people that did, I think it's Faria. I never played it, but it's supposed to be quite good. But the guy who helped with it is the creator of Magic the Gathering. So I always think that if you're making a deck building game and you've got the guy who created Magic, then you're on for a winner. But it's a really fun game, and there just happens to be a review available on the channel right now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So check that out. But do you know what? I'm not a big roguelike fan. I hate them. I don't like the grind and the repetitive playing of the loop, but that one wasn't bad because you could rebuild your deck, and so it was totally different. It's not just like, I've got slightly better, I've got one different weapon, I'll try again. It literally felt like I was playing a different game every time I had a run, basically, which was nice.
Yeah, that's fair.
How many characters has Hash already used on this stream? It's like Thimba was asking.
Oh, there's quite a few. You haven't seen half of them yet.
Jesus.
Save them for a future episode.
He's having the time of his life. Can we expect Santa anymore tonight?
Yeah, there'll be one more Santa, I think, tonight. I'll not go and I might bring him back in another show. I've got an Origin code coming, and then next week's show, I have got another Windows 10 game code, another Xbox code, and then another Origin code as well. So a bit for everyone.
Awesome.
So
it's good we've got giveaways again.
I've just went through like all the stuff that we've been sent that either hasn't been claimed or people didn't want or I've not used and stuff like that, or I've missed. So I'm just sort of trying to clear it out so we can start it up again. And hopefully Ginna listens to this and hurries up and gets in touch. We're trying to get some other giveaway codes, but you know what he's like. He's a massive letdown as always.
If you're wondering why the Ginna's not here tonight, he is celebrating his daughter's birthday. So happy birthday to little Ginna.
Yes. Sorry, your dad's ginger.
Sorry, your dad's ginger and a letdown. Amazing.
But while we were talking though, go on, whoever was just talking there. I don't want to cut in on anyone.
Oh, sorry, no, I was just saying he was in the chat earlier, so he's listening to part.
Yeah, he's tidying up after kids' parties, I think. But while we were talking about like the quality of life from the PlayStation stuff, have you seen that they're putting trophies into PS1 games, which is
really cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
And to be fair, I'm not that fussed. I have got a few PS5, PS4, PS3 games. I don't even look at the trophies. I just play the PlayStation games. I'm not like focused in on them like I am on the Xbox achievements. But the fact that they can put them into PS1 games gives me hope that we may eventually get achievements on original Xbox games, even if it's just the ones that are on Xbox Live, like in the backwards compat program.
Do you see one of those challenges on Microsoft Rewards? It's like you got to get an achievement in a list in these list of games, and one of them was like Blinks. Yeah, I sat there and I thought, hold on a minute, you don't get achievements in those original Xbox games. So there's no way you're getting that one.
Or maybe they're coming. Maybe it's a hint that they're coming.
I think it's just the interns clicked the wrong button. Like they've gone pick 10 games off this list, and he's gone that one, and then they've put it out. No one's checked it, and it just looks like a fool.
So yeah, we've got one more topic to talk about tonight, and we can just shoot the shit for a bit if you want. But Stalker 2 has resumed development after the Russian invasion of Ukraine, so that's great news. I hope those guys are safe wherever they are.
Mad that that's a statement you can say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Resume development after the invasion. Like, yeah. No, I'm glad that is a game I've been looking forward to.
Yeah.
Obviously, it being postponed's not really anything anyone could have done about other than that.
I'm not sure what. I heard something that Microsoft has moved the studio to somewhere safer or something. I don't know if that's true.
I hope so. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had to move out of where they was, didn't they, a few months ago because of the invasion, shall we say?
Weren't they in Kiev?
They had to get moved. Yeah, that's right.
Studio in Kiev.
Kiev, I think it was Kiev, yeah.
I know it's not getting bombed anymore and stuff, which is fantastic, but I still wouldn't. You wouldn't want to put all your chips into that one basket and think you were safe, would you? Because you never know what old
I think they actually
Putin's going to do one day.
Yeah, I think they moved the whole studio. Well,
that's good. I hope everyone's safe though. And I believe though, what I was reading though, a lot of the studio, like a third of the studio, actually signed up for the army, maybe even more. So it wasn't just the fact that they weren't safe; it was a lot of the staff signed up as territorial army and stuff like that. So fair play to them.
Yeah, right.
Got big, massive bollocks of the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
So
yeah, fair play to him.
That might not have been the S.T.A.L.K.E.R devs, but I know one of the developers in the Ukraine had said a good chunk of their workforce had signed up. So fair play.
That's like a good chunk of just the population of Ukraine that ended up doing that, haven't they? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to sit here and fucking talk about the war and shit. It makes you.
I'm looking forward to it personally because I played when I used to have my PC many moons ago. I played the original one that was on PC. That was awesome. I loved it. So I'm looking forward to
the Ukrainian war. I'm confused. You mean Stalker, don't you?
I'll tell you what fucking worries me is how is this shit going to end? Because it's not going to end fucking well. Like.
No.
We're not just going to wake up one morning and think, by the way, Putin's withdrawn. Like, that's not going to be the fucking end of it. This is going to be around for a long time.
I tend to not watch the news. I'm just waiting for eventually a big bright light to flash out my window, and then worries are over again.
Hey.
Well, the latest rumour I heard is that Putin's close allies are sort of trying to overthrow him. I don't know if that's true. It was on one of the news websites the other day. I can't see it happening, but that's the latest news. They've had enough of him. Because the people are saying it's not their war, so they don't want nothing to do with it.
And the problem is, like, he's fucked the entire country on an archaic ideology of reforming the Soviet Union. And I think this is his last hurrah, because I honestly think he is actually dying. I think there is.
He's got cancer, and rumours are.
And I think this is his last hurrah. And if he doesn't fucking get it by the time he goes, what's he going to do as an alternative? That's what worries me.
Moral of the story is though. Support Ukrainian game devs, buy the games, play the games, share the posts. Like I say, all those sort of people. XBL, a Ukrainian, I believe. So buy their games, get lots of achievements.
Is it a big studio they got there then, or?
It's quite big.
The Stalker devs, they're not small. They're pretty big.
Oh, that's
Are Frogwares from Ukraine, or are they?
I think so.
Are they one of the adjoining countries but they are affected? So, but support all those sort of devs. Like I said, I wish I could tell you all of the devs that it fits, but definitely support them. If you can pick up the games, grab them. That's the best way to support them.
That's what amazes me with the Twitterverse and the social media. Yeah, Phil Spencer gets all the fucking hate. Oh, he's fucked up. He isn't doing his job properly. But what people don't see is Phil Spencer and his team and whoever in charge of Xbox are helping people like the Stalker developers say, look, get the fuck out of that country. We'll move you somewhere safer so you can work on your job properly. They don't see things like that. They just concentrate on the shit. Oh, Phil Spencer's shit. He's not doing his job. Let's get him out the fucking job. He's shit. He's promised this. But they don't see the good that Microsoft actually pull out of their hat and do. And they should pay more attention.
We shouldn't be sitting here painting all Russians with the same brush. Most Russians don't want this fucking war in the first place.
No, because they've fed up with it. That's what I said. A load of them are trying to overthrow Putin. But whether it'll work, I don't know.
You can't, you see a lot of Russian hate online. But it's not justified. Most of these people don't want the fucking war. They've been arrested for protesting the war. This is literally one crazy man's little attempt at changing history, and it's not going to work. But anyway, moral of the story, fuck Putin, buy Stalker 2, support Ukrainian devs.
Stalker 2, just talk about the game itself for a bit. The trailers and what we've seen, it looks beautiful. I mean, it's not. Is it? It is Unreal Engine 5, is it, or
I'm not
is it
Santa,
still in 4?
ho ho
Ho
ho.
ho ho! Santa's back to empty his sack. Go on.
He's just emptied his sack all over the comments. So see this if you are listening along on the audio podcast or watching it not live, you're missing out on
Top
game
quality
codes this
content.
week. And top quality content. You're literally missing Santa
Empty his sack all over chat.
empty his sack all over chat and enjoy himself.
Yeah, of course.
Amazing.
Dead Space 2 as well. That's coming soon, isn't it? I
Sappho,
think.
hello.
Dead Space remake is coming in
remake,
January,
yeah.
I believe.
Oh, is it January? Is it?
Yeah. But you can't get this sort of
Yes.
content on any other podcast, I tell you. No other Xbox and gaming podcast gives you this stuff. So shout out to everyone in chat who's been here. Hit that like button, share it out.
Yeah.
Oh, good
So,
stuff.
I ask this every week at this point, at least until June. Callie, what are you looking forward to out of this Xbox Bethesda showcase?
Oh, I don't know. It's because I don't know what it's definitely going to be there, but I mean, like a surprise drop of James Bond would be quite cool, I guess. It is like you said earlier. Is anyone that excited about a James Bond game who isn't, well, Jack from my website who fucking loves that shit.
Hello, Jack.
Yeah, I guess I would love to see some, even if it's something that's going to be quite a few years away, like give me some new IP we haven't heard of before, or alternately Gears 6. If you can announce Gears 6, I'll be wetting myself.
Yeah, or at least confirm it's in development.
Yeah, I want to see some visuals from Unreal 5, and
I'm finding it really difficult to concentrate with Donald Trump licking his lips over here on the right.
This is Donald Trump. This is my Ginna hair
Oh,
model.
God.
This is like Ginna's hair model.
Fucking hell. What about you, Darren? What are you looking forward to out of
Well,
this
I
platform?
think we're going to see some of IO Interactive James Bond game. They're starting from the ground up, aren't they? You got to work your way up through the agency and all that. I think we're going to see some of that. Personally, I think Gotham Knights is going to be dropped into Game Pass as
You reckon?
well. And yeah, I think so. Like
You don't
this,
think
like
it's
the Modern Warfare 2, that game that'll probably drop in as well, possibly later on down the line. And probably, I've been saying this for a while now, but I think there's going to be a Motorsport beta announced for the new Motorsport game straight after. And of course, you're going to get the Marcus Phoenix collection as well. So yeah, it should be a good show. They've obviously got something lined up, but a bit of a shocker. I think they could announce Hellblade 2.
Yeah. Or at least
Is
show
it
some more
like a
gameplay.
release date of it, or
Yeah.
Probably a release date. Rough release date, but I don't think they're going to give an exact date like they did with Starfield, because I think that's going to burn their fingers again.
Yeah.
It'll be announced.
I'll tell you what, I'll eat my fucking hat if they don't announce Forza Motorsport. I think it will come this year.
I think it's coming out in November, personally, because that's usually the release date.
The Turn 10 Twitter has been a lot more active recently.
Yeah.
Well, on that eating your hat, you'll be able to watch along live with us because we're doing a watch along on the channel.
Yes,
So
we are.
if it doesn't get announced, we will literally make him eat a hat
I will eat
live
a
on
hat
cam.
Live on cam.
Yeah,
you know what?
streaming this as well, and now I have to think of something worse than eating a hat to try and grab people onto my one.
We might even have Santa show up. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh.
Before
Looks
we
like
go
I'm
on,
having a stroke, though.
I just want to announce we are actually doing a XBL Party Podcast special watch along for the Xbox Bethesda showcase, where you can catch our reactions in real time to the announcements. Should be a good laugh. We've got Fabio, we've got S.T.A.L.K.E.R, we've got the Ginna, we've got this dickhead as a hamburger. You got me, and yeah, it should be a very entertaining stream. So make sure you check us out and watch that stream. It should be.
And don't forget, you got Sony's one to come after as well, haven't you? But I think they're going to
We
do theirs.
may end up
They're going to
doing
do
some
theirs
others.
after. They're going to wait till see what Microsoft are doing first, and then they're going to. Oh, we'll do ours now.
Standard way, yeah.
Yeah.
We will
Yeah.
see.
Stay
I
tuned
still
for
sitting on the rock that we're getting Dead Rising 5. It's not
Maybe.
coming, but I'm sitting there. If Xbox are ever going to get like a timed exclusive, that's what I want. Dead Rising 5. I love Dead Rising, all of them, and it was a massive game on 360, and they've just sort of not done out with it, and Capcom are always
They
up for a
kind
bit
of
of cash.
fucking
So
ruined it though. with
Yeah,
their
but I think
Rising 3 and
didn't they
4.
close that part of the studio down? They weren't going to make no more because it didn't make no money. They didn't see it profitable.
well, no, they shut they had like a foreign studio making it. One of the other Capcom studios. It wasn't the Japanese ones. They outsourced it to America, and they tried to change what it was. And then I quite like 4. I like the fact that it took out all of the time limits and stuff. It was still a good game. It wasn't 100% Dead Rising, but the amount of detail and the extra zombies and stuff, I enjoyed it. But I like all of them. But it was nice to not have to rush through it to beat the time limit in the main campaign.
3. I thought 3 was really good. I didn't like 4 very much. I thought 4 was
I
really
played
shit.
3. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I couldn't get into 4. I wanted to. I just felt like I was doing the same fucking thing as I was doing in 3. It didn't do anything different.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. But I still want another one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to another one. Who knows what we'll see this year? I'll tell you what, if they come out, or come out on stage, I've said this before, but if they come out on stage and at least confirm Fallout New Vegas 2 is being developed, I will lose my fucking mind. I will literally lose my mind. That is the one game I'm super excited for.
Would you take a not Fallout New Vegas 2, a different Fallout location from Obsidian?
Yes. Although I would.
So
really
I
like
just
to
think
see
I just
Fallout New
don't
Vegas
see
2.
it that they'll do a sequel to the same location. I think they would go somewhere else, but
I don't know.
I could totally see it being in the same vibe and.
All the planets are aligned now, aren't they? With Fallout New Vegas, they've got Obsidian on board, they've got Bethesda on board.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we couldn't get.
It's a
Fallout
cash
New
machine
Vegas
as
2.
well. Like people will buy that
Yeah.
straight away as soon as they do it. But
and
no.
fuck me, could you imagine like a Fallout New Vegas 2 with like the new engines and shit? I think it'd be incredible. And the fans love New Vegas is like the most requested fan Fallout as well. Like that's what people love.
Yeah.
Fallout was amazing.
I don't know why. I mean, New Vegas was a good Fallout, but it was
brilliant.
buggy as hell.
Yeah, but it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic.
You've got Outer World
Played
now.
Fallout 3 and 4.
I've never
but
played
got
Outer World
two
yet.
Fallout Vegas.
Outer World, I really enjoyed Outer Worlds. It was
I'll
like
tell you
a
what,
trimmed down Fallout. It was a lot. It wasn't as long, which I
There
was
was
kind of
something-
enjoyed about it.
There was something really
So-
special about New Vegas where you're running through the Mojave at night time and you turn your Pip-Boy radio on and you're just listening to these songs, like these 50s and 40s songs play whilst
Oh,
you're...
what?
Fucking amazing, man. That set, that was amazing. Absolutely loved it.
This happened. Were you playing this during the best part of your life by chance? Because there
Yeah.
seems like some nostalgia going on.
Oh, I'll tell you what, man. It's like Fallout New Vegas is one of the highlights of my gaming life. It's one of those games that just fucking I think back on really fondly, and I don't say that about a lot of games. You know what I mean? I've played a shitload of games. There's nothing that's really. I mean, Assassin's Creed, yeah, maybe I could take it or leave it though. But Fallout, like, really captured me. Like, really fucking
tell
captured
you-
me.
Now,
My
would you
experience with
say Fallout Vegas is better than 3 and 4?
Yeah,
a lot of people
absolutely,
that played that said that
absolutely.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Vegas was incredible, absolutely incredible. I liked Fallout 3. Don't get me wrong; it is one of my favorite Fallouts. But New Vegas it was fantastic.
If I tell my experience with Fallout New Vegas is that I'm not very far into it, but I got to a point where there was these 3 or 4, I think it's the Roman fellas running towards me.
Yeah.
They were at a distance,
that
but I
first
can't
encounter,
outrun them. So if I try to fight them, I can't win. And if I try and run, they catch up, and then I can't win. So I'm actually the game's stuck. I can't do anything about it. So
Yeah.
then I couldn't be asked to go back.
Oh mate, it's one of my favorite games.
I will try again. I've had so many people tell me I need to play, actually give it another go.
I was hoping to go back to it again this year and at least get all the achievements for the DLCs and stuff because fucking amazing game. But, honestly, I get like proper like.
I can hear
fucking
it.
hyped
It's
about it.
something
Just
beautiful to
talking about
see.
it, it
Talk
was-
about this.
And when you get to like you get Boone and shit, and he's literally just picking people off from miles away when you're running through the Mojave. It's fucking awesome, man. I love that game. But yeah, I would love to see a New Vegas 2 announcement. I think we will see a bit more of Fable. I would like to see a bit more of Perfect Dark. Here's the thing, right? I think last year they showed off a lot of games that were coming later down the road, like much later down the road. Perfect Dark, rumored development hell. Same with Fable.
I see Everwild. That really intrigued me when I know that had
That
hell
got
as well. But
completely rebooted, didn't it?
That's in development hell, isn't it? Everwild.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can say that about a lot of Xbox's games, but
So,
I believe
I would like them to show off some gameplay maybe this year of these games that are so long away. I mean,
what's the zombie game?
State of Decay 3.
That's it. Yeah, because I got quite into State of Decay 2 a few months ago, or like last year sometime. So I'd be quite into seeing a even more polished
State
one.
of Decay 2 was a lot of fun. I would like to see them like expand on the base building thing. Like I don't like the way it's all pre-set out, where like you have to like put certain things in certain places. I would like to have the ability.
They've combined Minecraft with
it. Exactly. just give me the ability to like move the buildings around, or at least build my own buildings. I think that'd be really fucking cool. There's that other zombie game that's coming to Xbox as well. I can't remember the name of it. Is it the day before or something? It's being rebuilt in Unreal 5.
No idea.
It's an MMO zombie game. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, that's coming to.
Oh, is it one like that Will Smith film? Because I think I saw a trailer of that a few weeks ago.
I think it's called The Day
You
Before.
know, where you're one man in the city on your own sort of thing.
Yeah, they described it as The Division meets zombies.
Yeah, it's the day before.
Yeah, it looks really good. But yeah, I think we'll see some gameplay. I mean, even if it's like, I mean, I've said this before, I keep fucking repeating myself on these podcasts, but even if like we see like a panoramic shot of like Avalon, and then the camera pans down onto the back of a character's body, and then you just see like this big city, and it just says Fable. That'll be enough for me. Just anything new. I want to see some.
You know, though, like if we get, because they were criticised a lot for having just CGI trailers last year, weren't they? I mean, I was still hyped and happy with them, but they do have to release some gameplay for something, or like a line still dev blog, like they did with Hellblade 2, Hellblade 2. They did some of the sort of behind the scenes stuff. I would like to see some of that at this year's E3, to be honest.
I think Fable won't be released till roughly around near the end of 2024 at least. I think this at least.
Avowed might be closer though.
Avowed to be closer.
Avowed. We should see some
That's
more of
something
that
I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
But anyway,
because it's like that Redfall game, innit? They showed that trailer for it and nothing since. And then I think it was earlier on in the year, Lord Cognito said he'd heard rumours that it's going to be delayed, and well, look what happened.
I think Redfall was a bit of a weird one because it was like last year's E3, like, oh yeah, by the way, Redfall's coming summer of 2022. I was like, is it though? Is it? Like, that one was always a bit sketchy, I think.
Because usually, if you're going to release a game, they release like a trailer or a bit of gameplay trailer nearer to the release date, and there's been nothing since that last that CGI trailer. Nothing.
And we've also got Contraband from Avalanche. We might find out a bit more about, which I'm actually quite excited for because they made the Mad Max, didn't they? And fuck me, that game is amazing.
That's very underrated.
That's a game that deserves a sequel. If anyone from Xbox is watching this, for fuck's sake, make Mad Max 2.
Problem is, it didn't make the money, did it? So I don't think they'll be doing another. I'd like to see another one because I enjoyed that.
Well should have.
It has outside of combat. That's not just car combat in there, right?
It's like an open world. It's an open world sandbox.
Okay, because I bought it. I got it cheap some point, and I've just not got around to ever.
I think it's about $2.99 on the Xbox store at the moment.
Yeah. It's always crazy cheap, but it's fucking such an amazing game. Like they should have really pursued a sequel because it's such an underrated game, and also it's 120 FPS on Series X. So
nice.
Enjoy that.
We'll try and give it a go.
The problem is though, it came out and then the new films came out, which then probably made the Mad Max license cost more. So
yeah, man.
they're probably like, "No, we don't want to do that," because it wasn't a huge success, unfortunately. So
should have been. Absolutely.
Timber mentions the Indiana Jones earlier.
Yes.
I actually totally forgot about that.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see some more of that.
It's a bit weird, Xbox's choice of IPs to kind of try and invest in stuff like James Bond and like Indiana Jones. They're not really aiming for the young audience, are they?
I think maybe.
Yeah, but it's not the young audience that has money. That's the thing. It's the parents.
Maybe they're just trying to land their own Uncharted.
Yeah.
No, undoubtedly.
Because they're not getting Lara Croft anymore, are they? Buggers.
Missed an opportunity.
Actually, doing a new Uncharted as well, aren't they? Apparently, a new studio. Right. I thought, here we go.
Really? What, a different studio making Uncharted?
Yeah, apparently.
I can't see that happening. I think that'd be Naughty Dog until it dies, I think.
Do you know, I'm playing through Uncharted 1 on my PS5 at the moment, and it's an alright game, but it's so repetitive. Like, it's literally every section is like, climb some bits, shoot some people, puzzle, climb some shit, shoot some people, puzzle. That's literally it.
I played,
Gets a lot better from the second one onwards.
I say every time I hear people talk about the Uncharted, they say like just number one's kind of shit. So
Yeah.
I'm
Two and
playing
three,
through
yeah.
all of them. I've
played
got
the
1 to
last
4.
one.
I'm just slowly working through them.
Four's
Yeah.
amazing.
I'll tell you
4
what,
is amazing.
4 was pretty fucking excellent. I remember playing that back when I had my Pro, and the graphics, even on the Pro, were fucking outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Yeah, I can't fault Uncharted. But it is Metal Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Yeah, Embracer owns that now, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And apparently they're going to milk the living shit out of it, so I'm okay with that. I would love to see some more Tomb Raiders.
I'd love to see a Tomb Raider HD remake. So it's just the original Tomb Raider games, but so they work on modern consoles and have achievements and stuff. Do you know, like 1, 2, 3. I
So
can't
not
remember.
built from the ground up, just sort of a remaster.
No,
like,
I don't. I'd be happy with a remaster.
Polygon.
What was
tips
that
for
one
the
they
win.
did in London? Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness or something, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, the PS2 one.
World, maybe?
Yeah.
I can't remember. They've made
It'd be good if they remake those. They'd be pretty good, decent. I still remember the dinosaur and the fucking cable, whatever it was.
That,
And
Yeah.
first-
Tomb Raider Anniversary is a really good remake. I've got that on 360. I will recommend people playing that.
I'm
So
at the point now where I don't want to see remasters. Does that make sense? I want to see games like properly remade, because we've got amazing technology now, and there's a lot of franchises that still get
remaster
love.
is just like frame rate boost and graphics
Yeah.
resolution and all that sort of stuff, innit? You know what I mean? Remakes are better.
It's here. I'm just not talking into it. I'm sat back.
It's given us to get some time to be the loud ones, and it's
Yeah.
very appreciated. It's kind host.
No, I like to sit back. Yeah, I like to just chill and chat to people. That's the thing. Like, I could be sat here and just be really loud and obnoxious, but I like to just, shoot the shit like I'm in a proper round table with people. So I sit back. But yeah, that pretty much sums up all of our topics for tonight. Actually enjoyed the show. Good show. Big thanks to Darren for jumping in last minute.
That's okay, mate.
Thanks. Before we go, I'm going to give you guys some time just to announce where people can find you. Callie, where can people find you?
Yeah, so Twitter at RobotRepublic_ or robot-republic.com, and then just search for Robot Republic on YouTube for us, which is really going really well at the moment. I don't know if you also noticed, but
That's great. Dan, what about you?
You can find me at Draconia67 on Twitter, on Twitch, DarrenH73, and also on the Sunday at 11 p.m, 5 p.m. CE time with Gamers and Drago on a Sunday night
Nice.
on YouTube.
And all their information will be in this video in the description, so make sure you check that out if you do forget. You can find me and Ash here on the XBL Party Podcast YouTube channel. You can catch me on my own YouTube channel. That's in the link in the description as well. Doing a couple more streams on that now, trying to get that a bit more busy doing stuff. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the show. Had fun tonight. So I've been your host, I've been your host, ReddersTV. This has been the Xbox Live Party Podcast. Good night, God bless, and I will see you next week for the next one. Have a good night. Run!